Hey, I'm Stan Lee, and boy, are you lucky you're watching Geek Out USA. Excelsior!
And welcome to Geek Out USA, episode 93, take 2. We've had a ton of trouble. This time it's probably going to be the internet, so I don't know what that's all about. But we're recording this so we can upload it later, but yeah.
Since we're recording it, maybe we will sound a little better and look a little better and
not be so choppy and do a little better.
Yeah. And not be like
and then have a whole other conversation that was completely missed that was in there, but yeah, no, it just kept on dropping and dropping on us. I don't know what that was all about.
Yeah, it was really awful. I felt so bad for the producer, and it's a shame that he's not here because sometimes he gives us little insight. He's like the guy at the fence on the Tim Allen show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what his name was, but that's what Al reminds me of when he gives us his little good comments there in the background. He's like that secret background guy, and he tells us good stuff.
So as we come back to it, Gem. Yeah. So Gem is going to be a live action
disaster.
that is taken from a Marvel Entertainment cartoon that was on TV back in the day.
See, that's
back in the
interesting.
80s.
I didn't know that Gem and the Holograms was a Marvel entity.
Mm-hmm.
I guess now that I kind of think about some of the animation, it did look similar to the X-Men cartoon that was on and stuff like that. So I never really realized that was a Marvel Entertainment. So since it was a Marvel Entertainment and the rest of the Marvel movies have been doing spectacularly well, you would think that Gem might do spectacularly well.
No. I mean, there was a ton of things that I saw in the trailer that just didn't leave me to believe that it was anything like the cartoon.
No, and one of the things that was most disappointing was the hologram aspect.
Mm-hmm.
So
Synergy,
yeah. Which I don't know why I have this in my head that Synergy was like a voice that talked to her, kind of like Kit from Knight Rider.
Something like that.
Like, oh.
I haven't seen it since the 80s, so...
Yeah, me neither. Actually, it's not like one of those that I ran out, and if they even had it on DVD, I don't know if they did, like, went and got the season or something like that.
Yeah.
I just remember it was like a soap opera. I remember there was like a lead dude, his name was Riot or whatever, and he had the big like 1980s rock band style hair look. And he was, I mean, none of the stuff from back in the 80s and everything would be politically correct nowadays. Like, he was a big womanizer and just said the corniest, like, most horrible lines to women, and they picked it up. And so in the live-action movie, I heard them say the character's name, Riot, but it's like a young kid, you know, cropped hair. I'm not getting the vibe. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, of course it's not going to be like the 80s cartoon, that time frame, just because...
You know, they're trying to make it modern. But if they're trying to pander to us, these 40-somethings, and they're remaking all of this stuff like Ghostbusters and, you know, here, let's have a new Star Wars and all of the stuff that was around when we were kids, you know, Transformers and all that stuff. So if they're pandering to us, and that's the way we remember Gem, and we miss the 80s, why not make it, I don't know. Because, you know, a lot of fashions and stuff come back into, like, into being fashionable and into being popular. So maybe, Jim could be bringing like the 80s fashion and hair back. I don't know. I just thought it's made by the people that make Pitch Perfect 2, and I think the Step Up movies as well. And I like Pitch Perfect 2. In fact, you and I have tickets to go see it.
Yeah, I mean, I like that aspect of it. I can see why they would try to market on something like that.
Because it did well.
Because Pitch Perfect did so well, but
it kind of reminds me of that movie Coyote Ugly. Do you remember seeing that movie?
Yeah.
Where it's like shy, quiet girl, finds herself in the city. This little girl's not in the city. She gets uploaded to YouTube by a friend, but
becomes an internet sensation.
Becomes famous. I'm a happy famous singer or whatever. I don't know. It just seemed like a remix of Coyote Ugly instead of a remake of Jim.
I don't know. I can see people being upset about this.
But you and I are always lecturing to like let one type of art be that type of art and another type of art be the other type of art. So I guess we really can't pass judgment until...
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm probably going to see it just to see it. And it didn't have anything other than the name Gem.
Yeah, it seems like it's really far removed. It's almost like Battleship. Just slap the name on there, but have nothing to do with it except for the
put a little pink on her face.
Yeah, put some pink on her face. It's not a star.
It's not a star, no. It's just like
so I missed the whole like Kiss meets Barbie thing that Jim had going on.
Yeah.
That we talked about before. That was like a fun thing. So this whole like I'm wearing a pink weird like wig with the pink thing on my face, not a star. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being overly critical.
I don't know. It's truly, truly, truly outrageous.
Truly not outrageous.
I don't know, depending on how you see outrageous being. So, yeah, no. So, other than that, we've been watching a lot of geeky shows.
Duh. That's all we ever do.
That's all we ever do.
We watch a little TV? You want to watch some TV? How about watch some more TV? We need an intervention, people.
TV
we need help.
is good.
It's awesome.
So, I don't know, Game of Thrones. I don't know, how did you feel about it this week?
I was trying to remember. Of course, I can't forget Gilly. Anytime Gilly's in an episode.
She's disgusting. She's a product of incest.
Omar is in my head forever. Like, I can never get rid of Omar. Thank you so much, Omar. I can never watch Gilly without it. So I know she was down there talking to Sam and being like, all I can do is cook and clean and be, and, you're super awesome. Which isn't true because she's been trying to learn how to read and has been trying, to make it past her wildling ways and integrate. And then Sam wants to be a maester.
Mm-hmm.
And he has wanted that.
So what's a maester?
So a maester is like physician / alchemist / like intellectual. They're the ones that kind of go to like college basically, and they learn, and then they have the chains based on the things that they learn within like the university. So it's like you wear this around your neck to show.
So they're like the educated ones.
Yeah, they're the educated ones. So Sam's always wanted to do that, but his father is one of the bigger houses. And so he didn't want his son to do that, In Fantasyland, you have to be a knight or something strong and burly when you're a man.
You can't be educated.
You can't be educated.
That's
like
horrible.
It's not a thing. Yeah, it's not a thing that's okay with people. So there was that whole little thing going on, and then John talking about, moving the wildlings and bringing the wildlings in from the wall because winter is coming. The White Walkers are coming. So I'm curious to see what the storyline is going to be with that. Because they don't talk about the White Walkers a lot, or George doesn't talk about the White Walkers a lot in the books, except for like when you see Bran and stuff, which we don't even see in the series anymore, so I don't know what's going on with that. And then it was really interesting because the whole Tyrion and Mormont scene, I didn't think that the Stonemen were in so early. I was pretty sure Tyrion went through a bunch of other stuff too, where he was part of like a carnival setup kind of thing, and anyway.
Wait, he gets to see a dragon too, though, right?
Which I don't even think was a thing in the book, unless I'm like maybe I don't remember this book at all.
But when we're talking about the time before, I was saying that that's how it was in the book.
Well, no, the grayscale for Mormon.
The grayscale, yes.
But I could have sworn in the book they lead you to believe that possibly that Tyrion was touched and gets the grayscale too. Or maybe he just barely misses getting touched. I don't remember.
Maybe he's just kind of like worried that he might have gotten touched.
Yeah. So I think that would be an interesting twist, because we know that grayscale is usually fatal, but we also know that it's not completely fatal because they show Stannis' daughter, and that's what she has on her face, is the grayscale. And Stannis goes to great lengths to stop it when she's an infant, so that it doesn't come all the way to fruition. So I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Mormont, where this whole grayscale thing is going to lead. And then we see Daenerys, right? In this one, she lets her dragons eat somebody.
Yes.
And then she's getting ready to take up the proposal, and that all happens in the book, where she's getting ready to marry to one of the houses to try to create peace. So it's a lot of storyline, not a lot of fighting or anything yet. So, and then you see Reek gets to Theon. Yeah. Sansa sees him, and then Ramses makes him apologize for, like, betraying her family and, like, burning her little brothers alive and stuff like that. Even though we know he didn't. He's little two farm boys. But nobody else in the world knows that Bran and Rickon are out there, like Starks out there, and they could eventually come back and take power. Although in the books, you're pretty sure Bran's not going to, because he's got the whole psychic eye watcher thingy going on, which I don't know what that has to do with. I don't know. There's a lot of things that go on in the books, and you're like, how is this going to make it to fruition? What is this going to tie to other things? So I'll be curious to see how it goes. But Game of Thrones is okay. I don't hate it. It's not thrilling me. There are other shows on right now that are, like, thrilling me.
Yeah, I mean, it's not. This season isn't coming about very quickly. But you know what is? It's a Flash.
Ooh, the Flash.
So yeah, it was a great episode.
Oh my god, there were so many great things about that episode.
So we get to see, which we missed again, and I tried to look for it later with the Arrow. The Arrow gets to be in this episode.
Yeah, he does, but he's still dressed as Ra's al Ghul, or whatever he is. But yeah, so he's in there, and then the fire guy, I don't know what his, like, code name is. I forgot what they call him. His name is Ronnie.
Is it like Firestorm or something like that? I don't remember.
But the three of them working together, and then getting Dr. Wells.
They kick some bad. Well, it's not Dr. Wells, though.
Well, but we're going to call him Dr. Wells, because we know. And then the whole, like, Barry trusting the bad guys and Cisco getting totally punked by that chick. I mean, really? I mean, if we did... We kind of knew that was going to happen in the storyline, right? Like, you kind of knew that was going to happen, because in reality, Cisco could have just made guns for, like, him and Joe to have the same type of guns that Snark has and his sister, and they would have cut them out of it completely.
But he vowed never to make those weapons again.
Oh, brother. Anyway, I don't know.
But now the metahumans are out again.
So now here are the metahumans, because of course we have to have bad guys, right?
Yeah.
And in good superhero fashion, we don't kill the bad guys, so they can always come back to, like, torture us later. So I thought that was cute. Like, that's kind of an expected superhero thing. Except for
they got rid of one, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't them.
It wasn't them that got rid of him.
Yeah, it wasn't them that did. So, but I thought all in all the episode was really, really good. I was blown away, totally shocked when Oliver and Ronnie showed up. Like, totally shocked. Didn't see that coming at all. So I was pleasantly surprised, and then they worked really well together. Because I thought Oliver was... They keep flipping on the Arrow, and I'm not sure if Oliver's lost, and then I think, oh no, Oliver's fine. Like, he's gonna come back. He's Oliver. He's the Arrow, right? And then you're like, oh my god, he's lost. Like, he has no choice. Like, he's gonna have to become Raish, or whatever he's gonna... So I've been liking this. Like, is he? So to see him as Oliver there on the Flash, it kind of gives you, like, a glimmer of hope.
Yeah. Yeah. So cool, yeah, no.
And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Oh my god.
That was a great episode, too.
I thought some of it was a little, like, snooze-festy.
You were sleepy that day, so...
I was a little sleepy.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't see any point of that was, like, sleep-worthy. There was a ton of stuff that was happening.
Maybe. I don't know.
There was.
I mean, the ending part was good. Like, the second half of it was really good. I guess the whole, like, build-up to trying to get there with Sky's mom and everything. And I like the parts where they finally showed us, like, what Sky's dad kind of becomes.
Yeah. And
his, like, monstrous side. I liked those parts. I thought that was good.
And then we finally get to see that her mom is really...
A psycho.
And
yeah.
Not a very good person.
No, she's not anything like what you thought at first. Because you think that she cares, and then you find out this whole backstory, and you're like, what? It was pretty good. That was pretty good. And then there's some really good parts with Fitz. I love Fitz. I love he's so bright, and he's becoming so much more fearless, and he's like getting in the danger, and
yeah. And I like that his intellect is coming back.
And he's still like a little stumbly, but yeah, still coming back.
But not as stumbly as he was.
No, much better than he was. And then so he kind of kicks some major butt in this episode. And then stuff happens with Coulson, which I don't want to tell you, because if you haven't seen it, it's huge. Like, it's huge. So we don't want to ruin it.
Yeah.
There's like a lot of things.
There's a lot of stuff
that happens. At the very end,
to
you really have to see it, because things happen for Coulson, they happen for Simmons, they happen for May, they happen for Ward. Yeah, there's a lot that happens in this one, so I'm curious to see where they're going to go next season with all of this.
Yeah. And also, on that note, Agent Carter is coming back for another season.
I know. I'm super
and that was
excited.
only supposed to be one season.
Yeah, but they must have gotten so many people just thrilled with this character.
I think I would have to say again that Agent Carter is better. Is a better show.
Yes. I really liked all of the dynamics. I like her showing what she has to go through to be a woman in this world that is dominated by men, to show her worth. And yet you feel her sadness, like when she has the blood. Captain America, that she's lost him forever. And then I got that sadness in the Age of Ultron movie, too, with him. Where he knows that she was the one,
you get to see her in Age of Ultron, too. Get a little glimpse.
Yeah, a little glimpse back. Time. So I'm really excited to see that. I did the whole checking out recently, what's leaving, what's coming, into fruition. So Constantine is not going to happen any longer, and I was kind of starting to get into that one. I kind of thought that Constantine had some good stuff.
I really liked that show. It was good, and I heard that it was going to be picked up by Sci-Fi.
I had heard that originally, but I looked and I haven't found anything.
But they're still going out and trying to make sure that happens somewhere, because it's a good show.
Well, I know the producer had said they could put it on Netflix with Daredevil, so because he's just finishing up Daredevil, so he hasn't even seen how awesome Daredevil is. So Netflix could definitely pick up Constantine. Another show that's not necessarily geeky, but one that we really watch is The Following, and that one is ending. I thought that was good. I mean, who doesn't love Kevin Bacon? How can you not love Kevin Bacon?
Well, with this new killer, that's kind of geeky because he's like a super tech guy.
Yeah, he is really techie, and he gets in and hacks into the FBI and everything. And then, of course, he's got a tie into that show, which I totally love that show, and I forgot what the name of it that he was on, where he was the robot cop. And then
Almost Human.
Yeah.
Was that it?
And then who was his partner? Because then his partner was in a geeky... Was he Judge Dredd or something? Who was his...
Yeah.
Partner was he Judge Dredd? I have to look it up.
Think so.
But he was something in a geeky movie too. So there's all this like 7 Degrees of Separation with Kevin Bacon for The Following. So I thought that was a good show. So I was kind of bummed out that one got canceled.
Yeah.
But I guess there's only so far you can go.
Mm-hmm. So, and you're wearing a Supergirl shirt.
I am, isn't it cute?
So the trailer for Supergirl
was really long.
It's like over 6 minutes long.
It was. I was like, this is the longest trailer ever. And I was a little concerned about the whole Devil Wears Prada like tie-in.
Uh-huh.
We just watched that movie the other day too.
Yeah.
So I was like, really? Is that where they're gonna go with this? Like, why? And of course, you know, every woman hates Callista Flockhart because she was with Harrison Ford. So, like, we didn't need another reason to dislike her. And then she's wearing this evil boss character now in Supergirl. So I don't know about Supergirl being, like, I don't know what her background story is.
Mm-hmm. Well, she's supposed to be the cousin of Kal-El or Superman, Clark Kent. So she actually came at the same time as Superman, but just got caught up in some kind of a time warp, and she ended up getting there later.
Because she's older than him,
Clark Kent,
like technically.
Yes.
But
yes, he left as a baby. She was like 10 years old or something.
And they show that in the trailer.
Or they in like the movies, they showed her as like like in her teens or even a little bit older than that.
Oh. All I know is I really like the parts where she's learning how to fly because she has to because her sister's in danger. So that was really cute because she has the advantage of already knowing what Clark can do because Clark's out there in the world. So she's like, well, Clark can do it. I must be able to do it, right? So then she goes and like and flies. So that was really cute.
So they were talking when they were saying it's about the plane flying over Geneva. Are they in Wisconsin?
Oh, you know what? I don't know. I didn't even catch like where they were.
Yeah, they were saying that the plane was flying over Geneva, which would be around the Lake Geneva area, which is in Wisconsin, where Gen Con originally started.
Interesting.
So that's kind of funny.
That is kind of funny.
But yeah, no,
And then you were saying earlier that you think that this series takes place in the Man of Steel universe.
It seems like it does. It seems like it does. The suits are similar. They talk about the S, and they're like, oh yeah, well that's our coat of arms.
Oh yeah, for the House of L or whatever. Well, speaking of the suit, I just think that we should give some props. Me personally, I think we should give some props because they show in the trailer where her suit is going to be really skimpy and show her off. And as a 7th grade teacher, I see enough of these girls nowadays that are in the media showing these young girls to dress really skimpy, and I just don't think that's necessary to be sexy. Like, I think that these young girls can learn to dress more modestly. Not that I'm, like, you know, super critical or anything and saying that you have to.
But super critical. That's funny.
Hypercritical? Oh, Supergirl. I get
Supergirl.
it.
Get it?
Wow, I'm tired. I just think that it's a nice thing that she can still be sexy. Yeah. And be covered up, and she doesn't have to be like, okay, you know, you can see all my business or whatever. So,
well, the suit's still pretty tight.
The suit is tight, which, I mean, if I had a really great body like that, I'd show it off too. But I wouldn't like show it off, like, hey, everybody on the universe, look at my body. I'm flying around trying to like capture bad guys, and at one point she stands in front of a truck, and the truck runs into her. Oh, but let me let like my boobs and my belly show, and let trucks run over me. Like, it doesn't mesh for me. Mm-hmm. So I liked the adaptation of the suit. I thought it was really.
Jimmy Olsen seems to be a little bit older.
Well, they make it seem like
James Olsen.
Well, yeah, they make it seem like he has already worked with Clark for a while, and he's kind of her tie-in to Clark, mentor-ish. So yeah, he's got this older vibe to him. He's not like the bumbling, oh god, I'm trying to get a picture, Jimmy Olsen. So I'm interested to see how that's going to go. Oh, and I looked up the thing, and yes, the following does, in a weird 7-degree separation, have a nerdy thing, because that guy that was in Almost Human, he was Judge Dredd, and he's also Bones in Star Trek.
Yes.
I knew he was.
Keith Urban.
Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
Yeah.
Keith Urban.
Keith Urban is like a country singer.
Yeah. Yeah. Carl Urban.
Carl Urban.
And he's like English or something like that.
Oh, probably. All the actors nowadays. Every time I see some interview with them, I'm like, what? He's British? That girl's British? Really? Everybody? All the good acting roles go to
British.
the British. We amuse ourselves. What can I say? So, aside from that, we haven't really seen any new movies or anything. Haven't played any new tabletop games.
I mean, other than the movie that we saw was Age of Ultron, which was Marvel, which is also part of Disney, which Star Wars is also part of Disney, and Star Wars is going to have a new restaurant at Disney World.
Oh my lord!
It's going to be
Disney World.
That was my segue. So, yes, as you can see up there, you can see the.
Oh, you have the Darth Maul dip, right?
I have the Darth Maul dip.
So I thought that was one of the coolest things I've seen. So it's some type of like red pepper dip, and then they use sesame seeds to make like the Darth face, and then they have like bugles on his head or whatever to be like the horn stuff. I thought that was so clever, so creative.
They have the Yoda cake, the dark and light sliders, which I thought those were pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. And it's funny, because we were just talking about this, like, 1 or 2 episodes ago, like, about geeky-themed food.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that that's really cool. I think definitely Disney does themed restaurants really, really well. Like, when we went with the kids when they were little and we went to Pizza Planet.
Yeah.
It was like being in Toy Story the movie. So
You're going to pay for it, though.
Oh, yeah.
You really are going to pay for it.
Make it rain. You need to be like... Yeah, bring money if you want to go, but
Lots
it's probably worth it.
Hey,
like just
just the ambiance that you get with it. You're like immersed into the.
I'm curious if the restaurant, because I saw a lot about the food, but not the restaurant like itself. So I'm curious if they're just going to be playing the movies nonstop in there, or
well, what they call it the Rebel Hangar. A Star Wars lounge experience.
That's a mouthful.
And it's it's a pop-up restaurant, so it's only happening from May 15th to June 15th. So
it's probably not like super elaborate, since it's a pop-up, real quickie kind of thing. Because wouldn't it be cool? One of the things I remember from Disney when I was a kid was the animatronics. So wouldn't it be cool to have the animatronics of like the band from the saloon on, what is it, Tatooine?
Yeah.
And they're all do 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 do. They're like playing that music while you eat. I think that would be funny. I'd be like, my dark slider, my light slider.
So even the like cupcakes on there have like lightsabers.
I saw that little Yoda
yeah.
head and the little Darth Vader head and stuff. Yeah, I think that would be cool. I wish that they would like do a traveling pop-up like that and just kind of like bring it to some major cities in the U.S. and do some of that. I think there are definitely other movies that they could do pop-up restaurants for that would be pretty successful.
Yeah.
So I would love to see that. We should put the bug in somebody's ear and
do it.
Get some of that done.
Yeah. That'd be definitely cool. Definitely cool. So we do have other news, because what we have going on this weekend is Mini Minicon, and Mini Minicon is an anime con that's going to be put on at Wonderland Mall of Americas.
What is that? I wonder what the Wonderland Mall of Americas is going to be called next. Mall.
Yes, I can't believe it's not Crossroads Mall. No, so that's going on this Saturday, So it's a one-day con.
And that's hosted by San Japan and
Hosted by San Japan and Ninetales.
So it's all of the anime and stuff that you would expect from San Japan, kind of, squished into a little one-day free event. So there's going to be all kinds of vendors out there. And I didn't see what other kinds of, entertainment they were going to have or what they're going to have, because they usually at those mini events have stages out where, you can see, dancers or singers or whatever. So I don't know what they're going to have going on.
Impersonators.
Yeah. So definitely look it up. It should be on the San Japan pages. It's the mini con, and it's this Saturday at the Wonderland Mall.
I think it's like miniCon.com or something like that. So, we can post it later on the thing. But we have some more info. Yeah,
so I have gotten a hold of some exclusive Anime Con. Okay. It is,
and you're hearing it here first on Geek Out SA.
Yes, first on Geek Out SA, because I know people who know things about other people. No, I got it directly from the person who actually runs the convention, but I wanted to make sure that I have the title exactly correct so that I can remember. It is MizumiCon 9, the final chapter. Which seems sad. But it's April 2nd and 3rd.
So is it going to be 2 days?
2 days in 2016.
Wow.
2 days. Because usually MizumiCon is only the 1 day.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the title is the final chapter. So
is this going to be the last one?
Specifically, he just said, read the title, you'll understand. So, my understanding of a final chapter is this is the end for MizumiCon, which is maybe sad, because we have made some really good friends through MizumiCon. Mm-hmm. We had Lisa here on the show to promote this year's MizumiCon. We had a really great time and met a lot of people at MizumiCon.
We've been going from the start.
Yeah, from the very beginning. So, really, really bummed out that this is going to be the final chapter. But as people who have run cons and helped run cons, I can understand why a con might need to take a little rest.
Take a little break.
Take a little breather. So definitely look on the MizumiCon page.
It's a really fun con. You should really check it out. And for it being the last one, it's going to happen. The second day is on my birthday, so that's kind of cool.
Yeah, so maybe we can have a little birthday celebration over there at MizumiCon.
That'd be awesome.
The final chapter.
Yeah. So what do we cover today?
Lots of stuff. The Flash. GOT. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Agent The
Carter.
Flash.
The Flash.
It's so fast you had to say it. I said it twice. Supergirl. And Convention news. We also talked about the pop-up restaurant at Disney. And also we talked about Gem, that truly outrageous disaster that it's probably going to be. I hope not, but
never can tell.
I don't know. People are just not saying really good things about it.
Don't knock it till you try it. That's all I gotta say.
We'll find out. We'll watch it for you, and if we hate it, we'll tell you. But at least Colleen will tell you she hates it. I might like it.
Tends to be like, I don't know, I thought it was alright.
That was pretty good.
It was pretty good. That's what he says about every movie, so don't listen to him. I'll tell you the truth.
I just go into movies and enjoy them, because that's what you should do. But thanks for tuning in again, and this is our second take, so...
Hope it was much better than the first.
Hope the sound and picture and no drops. But again, thanks. I'm Vince.
I'm Colleen.
Geek Out SA.